Hi, this is Shaman Weaver Sheila Baker, and I'm going to be doing a 6-week Shamanic Journey class starting April the 2nd. So there's a link over there, over there for you to join. And also, if you missed the webinar that just got done, and then I'm going to put it up on Shaman Weaver Sheila Baker as well. So. Let's see, let's get started. So I'm going to start with myself. Hey, Jennifer. So the High Priestess, it's number 2. And I'm at a master number 11, which reduces down to a 2, which is the High Priestess. Hi, Ernie. Hi, Jennifer. So this embodies who I am in this lifetime. So let's see what we can get to embody you. So Jennifer, this one's for you. Susan, Roxanne, nice to see you. Oh, all right. So Jennifer, this says that I'm going to put it up really close so you can see the imagery here. Oh, and the other thing that I want to let you know is that if you're interested in doing a shamanic tarot class with me 6 weeks online, just put a little yes in there somewhere, and I'll let you know when I'm going to start that. So the 6. No, 7. Okay, that's why it's not harmony and balance. So what's going on here, Jennifer, is that there's a need for you to take the reins on something. What's happening here is that there's a conflict going on. Most conflicts are internal, right? It's them 3 pounds up here doing its thing. But what's happening here is that you have lofty ideas, but you can't get them grounded because you are you're hesitant to take the reins. Now, what's the hesitancy all about? Oh, oh, okay. So you think someone is going to have an opinion about what it is that you're going to do, and that's what's holding you back, Jennifer. So here's a wonderful thing for you to know that your opinion of me is none of my business, and my opinion of you is none of your business. And so when we allow ourselves to get stopped because we're worrying about what someone is going to think of us, then here's even better. 25% of people are going to love you. 25% of the people are going to really dislike you. 50% in the middle are indifferent. So play to your strong suit. Play to the people who already love you, right? Take the reins, resolve the conflict, ground it. And what I mean by that is it feels like there needs to be some kind of a rod. I don't know, Jennifer, how this is making sense to you, but there's got to be some kind of a rod that connects you with all right, okay, that connects you with the earth but the galactic center at the same time. So Jennifer, that's your card for this evening. It's a powerful one for tonight, and Mercury is not yet direct. So we're still in the throes of this. So taking the reins here and really getting in right communication with yourself and grounding it with this rod that goes down into the core and then to also the galactic center as well. We'll somehow pull it all together. And it feels kind of like it's a triangle. Awesome. So Jennifer says, it's making a lot of sense. I'm working hard on my vision, and that's why. So thank you. Okay. Well, let's thank the universe. Thank you. Cool. I'm glad it makes sense. Cool. Awesome. All right. Gurlam, this one is for you. Oh, another major arcana. So when major arcana shows up, it's God. God is the big chicken in the sky that's attempting to get a message across. The message here in the death card is that we're in that time. We're in spring. We're in the time. Hi Elvira, how are you? um we're in the time when there's a resurrection, right? And in the fall, it all had to drop down, it all had to compost so we could resurrect out of this. However, here we are, and sometimes in our lives, especially um when we see this and the time is spring, it's time to what's the word, cut something, and about cut your losses. There's some kind of a saying about that that was trying to get through, but it's not it's not making it all the way. So cut your losses. Know that this resurrection that's happening is going to be really, really beneficial, because look way over here. We've got to the two towers that we first of all saw with the high priestess. But beyond that, a new day is dawning, and there is a huge sun over there. So let whatever it is that is gone foul, that is no it no longer needs to be resurrected. That doesn't mean you can't do it, but it doesn't need to be resurrected. So there you go. That one's for you. All right, let me pop back up here. Oh, all right, Heather, this one is for you, Heather Logan. Another major arcana. Why, this is awesome, you guys. You're getting really lots of divine channeling. So the Hermit. The beautiful thing about this card is that there's some kind of a completion. I was thinking about teaching the tarot. There's some folks who are wanting me to do that, and I was thinking about the sequencing of them. Well, the 9 is the end. It's completion. So what's going on here, Heather, for you is that you have striven, and you're driven, and you have gotten to a place that's a pinnacle. And now you get to turn around and do a hand up to those who are behind you. It's not a mandatory kind of thing at all. And it isn't like you've got to go out and sell this. This isn't a thing, well, now I know how to do this, so I'm turning around and I'm going to teach you how. But it's some kind of a gifting. Over here, the lantern wasn't always a lantern. Before, in the olden days, it was an hourglass. So there's all kinds of interesting things about the hourglass. The hourglass slows us down, because only 1 grain of sand can get through there at any given time. So that means that we've got to just slow down, and we've got to allow the grain of sand that is right to be flowing down there at that time. We've got to allow that to happen. So there's an allowance happening here. You have already gone to the mountain. You've already seen the gifts. And sometimes, in order to remind ourselves about this, what we have to do is we have to do a little mini 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 a mini retreat, and just get with ourselves, or get with one other person. One of the things that's been of interest to me recently is to be doing some things called VIP days, where someone, like yourself, Heather, comes and we spend the day together, really looking deeply into, what does this mean for you? How is it going to show up in the world? And what is it that you're here to light up? One of my passions is to help other folks with spiritual gifts. And, if you're hanging out with me here, a lot of you have those. You have spiritual gifts that it's time for us to bring out into the world. So one of the gifts that I have after 20, almost 21 Yeah, no, 22 years of being out here on my own, quit my day job, is that I have a lot of experience. So, when you're ready, you know, hook me up with you and we'll get your gifts out there in the world because it's time for us to step forward. And really, this is also part of what this is saying is that, you've got a light to share. So let your light shine. It's complete. You don't need to polish it up anymore. There's nothing more that you need to do about it or for it. So there you go. All right, let me have a peek and see. Hey, Carrie Joe, let me find you a little something. Here it is. All right. Ooh, victory. This is a pretty card. So whenever we see red in the tarot, and this is some of the stuff that we'll talk about when in the Shamanic Tarot class, if you're interested in joining me for that. We'll talk about the symbology. When you see red, what does it mean? Because there's a lot of it in there. So this person has on one side of them all the staffs lined up: passion, fire, drive, connection to the divine, a laurel wreath on their head, and also as their banner. Now, it used to be in the olden, super olden days that, like, think about Julius Caesar. He had a laurel wreath as his crown. So this person has not only a crown, but one to share, right? So this is coming home victorious. Whatever the struggles have been, you have come through them. And the thing about the next card here is it says that you have the ability to rise above. So there's not only is there this victory, but it then takes you beyond that to the ability to rise above it all. So there you go. Nice card. All right. Let me have a look and see what else is going on here. Who else popped on? Hey Laura, how are you? I keep seeing little snippets of you here and there, so nice to see you. And another 9. So here we have the 9 of Cups. The thing about this is contentment. But you know what? Beyond contentment, there is something else, right? There's bliss. And if you've been paying any attention to me at all, that I believe that we're here to live in bliss, and anything else is bullshit. And if there, and there are times, like it's not always woohoo blissy, but if you cannot go, uh, 80, at least 80% of the time, I am at love or above, or contentment or above. So here's this person, Laura, content, and yet there's more. I know there's more because you're at the 9, you're not at the 10. So here's a great shamanic trick for you. And this is a great shamanic trick for us all when we find that what we're doing is we're content, but we know that there's more, and yet we're kind of like this. We're over here and our arms are crossed, right? And you can't get any more love in there. It's like, hold your fist, like, everybody just do this for a second. Hold your fist like this. Can I get anything in there? Nope, I can't get any love or money in there. So we want to open them up. But here, when you're like this, here's a beautiful thing. I open fully to give and receive love. I open fully to give and receive love. And did you notice it just popped later in here just as I said that? I love the universe. It just gives you these little signs. So, Laura, there's more love coming. And as you do this, and the thing is that if you happen to have, and this is for all of us, if you happen to have a place Oh, thanks for the love. So if you happen to have a place where you can go outside and you're standing out there, where I am, I have a deck. I can send the love out all over, well, actually all around the whole world, because the water that comes up to the edge of my place goes all the way around the whole world. But do this. Laura, just stand out there, cross your arms and open them up. I open fully to give and receive love. There's such a beautiful reciprocity in there for you for that. So very nice. All right, let's see. Oh, hey, Rachel Smith, how are you? Let me just grab you this. Oh, so Four of Cups. Remember, I look at how beautiful is this? Look at the lesson that we're all getting, because you guys show up and I choose a card for you and spirit comes through. So apparently a lot of us are needing this little lesson here where we are closing ourselves off. So the thing about this card and the way that I look at this says, you're being given an emotional gift if you can stop pouting long enough to see it. Well, actually, it's to feel it. So, and it's a gift from the gods. It's just not any old mundane gift. You've got three of your cups all stacked up. You think everything is nice and in order. That's it. I'm done. That's just, there they are. And you're like this. So, same thing, I open fully to give and receive love. And when you do this kind of thing, and you're willing, you're willing to do it for long enough that your arms hurt, spirit listens. And not only that, but every cell of your of your vibration, exactly. Every cell of your body vibrates at that level. I open fully to give and receive love. So the vibration is up, and as you vibrate higher, everyone around you does the same. Think about tuning forks. One of them gets dinged over here, and all of the other forks are like, they're in the vibe, right? Okay, well, the same thing like with us. We're no different than a tuning fork. So as your vibe raises, the vibes around you raise, and pretty soon, we're all doing the happy dance. So there you go. So, hey, Joan Groom, how are you? Nice to see you. Okay, what have I got for you? 10 of Wands, passion, fire, drive, connection to the divine. So, Joan, this says that you're carrying other people's burdens. So, here's the thing about carrying someone else's burdens. When we're going through life and we've got our own burdens, and, they're whatever they are, and maybe they're not high on the bliss factor. So what we do is we look around us and we see somebody who's worse off than us. So then we go and we take their burdens on for a little bit, or maybe for a long bit. And then what happens for them is that they don't get the lesson that they could have gotten. So they don't get a nudge, they don't get nudge, nudge, they don't get a poke. What they get is a wham in the nose. And so they're all shocked and taken back because they weren't expecting that. So when we take other people's burdens on, what happens is they don't get to learn their lessons. And if you take it like to a big extreme and you want to really have an impact on yourself, you can just say that, geez, maybe they need to come back and have another life. And so that kind of stops you right in your tracks about, is this is this really beneficial? And honestly, when you take on other people's burdens, you bulk up. Most people get a big old bump at the back of their neck from taking other people's burdens because they're yoked by them. So get yourself some pickup sticks or some toothpicks and take 10 of them and drop them down. Look at them and go, Oh, are any, and those are the burdens, right? So then look at them. Are any of those yours? If they are, then pick them up. All the rest of them, don't even touch them. Get a little something of something and sweep them right into the trash. And then watch other people around you start to flourish because they're learning their lessons. And they don't have to repeat them because you're being really good at blocking them from it. And you're doing it out of love. I mean, that's kind of how we are, right? Most of the stuff we do out of love. Okay, Susan Johnson, hi, how are you? Oh, a new beginning. Aces are always a new beginning. And in this deck that I use, that's really simplified, they are a gift from the gods. So you're being given a gift from the gods. Lots and lots of life in this. And when I see this, I often think about someone starting a new spiritual practice or a new spiritual study. So I'm going to put a plug in here. If you're interested in studying Shamanic Tarot with me, just drop a little yes in there and I'll let you know when the course is going to start. Because pardon me, I'm being pestered to do it. So, and Spirit is already telling me how it's going to work. So, so I got to get busy and get some students now. All right. But Susan, the beautiful part of this is the new growth. And this time of the year is really just about that, isn't it? So whatever it is, whatever spiritual inspiration you're having, my teacher used to say, suss it out, sniff it out, use all of your senses. Just don't rely on what you can see and what you hear. Now, you know, we have 5 senses, but if you're showing up here with me, you have more than 5 senses. So go ahead and use them all. Actually, I'm going to draw one more card for you because there's a further piece here. Okay, that's what I thought. The further piece is that there is right now there's some emotional stuff going on down here. It's a little turmoily, but look at over here, all that calmness. The lack of calmness comes from the mental realm. And here we have them moving away from that. It could be a family, but it could also be that this is just your journey. But the ideas that you've got that aren't really helping, I mean, they're stuck in the raft. So they're not helpful in any way. If you pull them out, the raft is going to sink. If you leave them there, the raft has holes in it. So when you get to the calm place, then is a beautiful time for you to examine 6 of your beliefs because they're holding you back. This wants to come and overtake and give you this gift that it's offering you. It's going to require some studying, but in the meanwhile, there's some stuff going on that's like lack mentality about, can you really do this? Is this really, pardon me, is this really for you? Well, let's find out, shall we? Okay, so here we have a 7 of Cups. What this talks about is indecision. What it shows is a lot of choices, okay? The choices require that you choose one of them. And honestly, it doesn't matter because you're being offered 7 different options. That might feel a little overwhelming. And it could be that that's why this is happening, that there's some confusion. And however, it's really important because this gift that you've got requires that emotionally you Oh, emotionally, you grab onto one of them and you put it into practice. It's not necessarily going to be what it is you're going to continue doing, but it will give you the experience that you need. All right. Hopefully that meant something to you. There you go, Susan. You're very welcome. Hey, Truce, how are you? Let me grab you a little card. Oh, a brand new journey. So, I know that you've been talking about going on a vacation or you just went on a vacation, but this is a different kind of a journey. This journey is one that, oh, there's going to be a lot more truth. There's going to be a lot more fun and playfulness in this journey than you found before, because than you found in the past. Because what's going to happen is that instead of looking down at things, you're going to start looking up at things. And I think you remember that we had an experience a while back that when we looked up, we had an experience of seeing quite a large number of eagles. And so this is a clue to you to continue to look up for things as opposed to looking on this level. Don't look here, and for sure don't look down. When we lift our gaze, there's a couple of things happens. It activates a reticular activating system in our brain. Just this action does it. And so that connects something in, it tips it off that, oh yeah, I should be paying attention here. So this journey that you're going to be this journey that you're going to be undertaking is really going to be requiring that you keep your sights high. There you go. Yeah, cool. So, Stacy, yes, I would love to pull a card for you. So, you're in the hospital, and hey, you don't have to wish you have a shaman. I'm right here. So there you go. Ew. So, Stacy Jones, this one is for you. So you take care of yourself and go to sleep after this. All right. Says it's a 5. 5s are lessons. So this lesson says, Miss Stacy Jones, that you have all the keys. See, they're right here, right there in the middle. Yeah. And not only that, but other people are starting to come and ask you why. See the whys down here? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? What's up with this? And so because of that, you're in a place of being your own authority. Now, outside right now are sirens. And these are the 6th or 7th sirens that I've heard today. And every time they've marked something that's really important. So Stacy, this is really important for you. People are coming to you, or they are going to come to you to seek your guidance. When you sit in a place, a divinely connected, that red is like divine connection. When you sit in that place, and you know that the lesson is that I have something people need. I have wisdom that is necessary. And sometimes even when you're seeking the wisdom, you're seeking it because it's already in there. You know, all I'm doing for all of you, I grab these cards, I say something, it resonates. You know why it resonates? Because spirit is smarter than me and you. So it's up there looking around and goes, oh, there it is. This person needs to hear this. So there you are, and you're in this great place where you cannot do anything but rest. So you've got to just sit back and go, oh, I have the keys. So what are the keys? The keys are rest, recovery, rejuvenation, and then Oh, redo. I don't know why that's there for you, but there you go. All right. So, lovelies, it was beautiful to spend time with you. If you're not an enlightened spiritual warrior, pop over there because I teach there twice a week. And I've got a shamanic journey class coming up, April the 2nd. There's a link up there. And if you want to study the shamanic tarot with me, write little yes over there and I'll get in touch with you. So bliss everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye-bye.